to talk about the going away, the so long of TikTok, please come over there because that's where we're at. So if you want to join, we want you to join. We want you to join. I'm actually going to leave my personal TikTok up, and that way y'all go. That way, if someone joins or they want to join, they see the content. YouTube, Our Snap Podcast. That's who we are. That's who we are. That's where you're gonna find us. Okay.
Okay.
Same time, 6 o'clock. If you want to join the conversation on Sundays. Also, please do not forget when you go find our page on YouTube, you will also be able to see all of our other content from our season and join well, you won't be able to join the conversation there, but you will see previously recorded conversations, and you can definitely add comments, give us feedback, and give us content ideas. And we're not scared of no smoke. We're not. If we say something and you don't agree with it, we're okay with that. So you can say and give us honestly how you feel, because we're gonna honestly say how we feel, and we're not gonna hold back. Go
Yes. And
ahead,
we
sis.
are officially
Period.
live. We're
Period.
live. Woohoo. Yes.
Okay.
We'll have
So
more opportunity to speak more openly, maybe within reason, of course, within YouTube. But we're
okay.
officially live. Hey, Oust Now listeners, this is our first official live episode for Oust Now podcast on YouTube.
Yay!
And we thought, what better way to initiate this conversation of our first live here on YouTube is to give a solid farewell to our
Mhm.
favorite app.
Right?
Is
Yes.
going away, which is making us really,
Yes.
yeah,
Sad. I'm a little sad. I didn't think I was gonna be that sad about it, but
me either.
now it's really like, oh wow, it's really gonna happen. Like y'all really did that. So I am disappointed. I am sad because the community on on this particular, or not this particular, but on that particular platform was so, oh my child, looking like a little glowworm, ain't it?
Wait, what? No. Oh, yeah.
The light, the light. I was looking like a little.
I just had
Hey,
some light too.
we are live. We are live on YouTube. Please go join the conversation over there. That's where we are going to be. We are going to be live here as well, but we're just kind of letting everybody know, if you want to join the conversation and you want to talk, and you want to tell us what you think about this nonsense. Um, if you want to tell us what you think about the fact that you know TikTok is going away. Tell
Yeah.
us, you know.
I think one of the funny thing is about when we were live on together a few moments ago with Jolene, the fact that she said, I think we both got a little bit emotional because she said, yeah,
Yeah,
we see, like,
yeah,
Jolene was someone who joined us on our live, and she said, we see what's happening over there, and we don't really understand something about how they treat. I forget exactly how she said it because it was very eloquent. I believe she said, "Yeah, we see how they treat people of
no,
color there," and it was just nice to be able to see someone from across the pond somewhere, kind of validating what we see. Um, as people who live it. And we were just trying to explain that we don't only focus on you know topics that impact our community, but we can't ignore that we, as people of color, which we are, we have to make a point to talk about those things, even though that's not the only thing we talk about. Like, we just wrapped that episode.
mhm.
Tell them about yesterday's episode.
Are
Every
we
time,
gonna talk about? Are we gonna talk about him?
no,
Cause
no, no. Just a quick, like, what was yesterday's episode, so we don't.
girl, don't get me started. Cause
Oh, right. Okay, we're focused on. Right, we got to focus on. What do you guys think? Like, what are your thoughts when it comes to it going away. Like we both
Mhm.
have different reasonings, but I think a lot of our reasonings are similar as to like how we feel about it. But
Mm.
it just seems like there's a lot more happening in the background that we don't know.
I agree.
That it's hard for us to kind of accept that, hey, maybe this is really going to happen.
Hmm.
I think that there's more to it. And
I saw a post today that somebody that I follow um had said, "Hey, thank you, Marcus, for joining. If you want to join the conversation, you're gonna have to go over to Ouse Now podcast on Tuba U. I'm speaking in code because I don't want them to dismiss traffic because I'm saying something about another, another location. So if you want to join the conversation and give your opinion on what you think, the reason for this whole TikTok thing, go on and give your opinion because we're here for it. And please follow Ouse Now podcast on all of our other platforms. And you can follow our personal pages as well. Because I just started, what is it called again? God dang, I'm going to get it.
oh, the fan base.
Fan base. And we're definitely going to start doing one for Oust.
Yes, yes. I
So,
need to set it up. I just know I want to. I think I did. Forgive me because there was this moment where I was kind of like feeling the heat of we need to find other.
figure
I
this
was-
out, right? Right.
so I think I might be confusing maybe Twitch with the fan base. So I don't know. So please, it's either one of those two. But if
Okay.
we, nonetheless, I think once we kind of figure out how ours migrates, then we can
Okay.
figure out how to migrate the podcast page
Okay.
over to fan base. It's
Okay.
funny. Initials are the same as FB, so now we're gonna have to
It
figure.
is. So when I was about, I had to catch myself because I was like, wait a minute, I can't call it that because isn't that already taken?
Yeah,
Like I can't. So
the base.
I can't say FB. So what
No,
we say? What we say? F base. F base. F base.
F base. But I tell you, because I know where we
Okay.
don't want to go. We don't want to rely on the FB as our source. Like
Not anymore. And
people,
I saw some content on that, and they were saying that exactly what you were saying, and I was like, yo, if that's not what T said, like you said, it was probably going to become an unsafe place.
yeah.
It probably is. Thank you for joining the live. Please like, share, join the conversation. Up how Out Now podcast on the Tube of You. Join the conversation. You can go right on over there and actually join and go live with us over there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's where we'll be for if you
That's
want.
where we're gonna be at for all our future lives. And we're same thing, same process, open mic, open conversation. The only thing that we do kind of stay away from is going to be politics. We kind of stay away from there.
Yeah.
We don't touch on that. We don't do that.
Nope.
Uh,
Mm, yeah. But
but you can have an opinion on it, and we'll listen. We will definitely listen, but we just not gonna say anything. But even if we're in agreement, we'll just sip.
right. Code word. Code word for we agree is one sip. We don't agree is 0 sips.
Put the cup down. Put it down.
Cups down. Cups down.
But yeah,
I
I
was watching
definitely
a
go
video
ahead. I'm sorry.
today, and it was someone who I recently started following, and she does like 1 minute updates. I might have shared talk something with Nini. I don't have her name off the top of my head.
Okay.
But what I like about her is like I don't have to go searching the news, and she'll kind of pop some stuff up, and I'm like, oh, now
Mhm.
I'm a reasonable person. Sometimes she gets it wrong, but if I feel like something don't make sense, I'll kind of look it up for myself. But it
Okay.
saves having to go look at the news. But she posted this story about a family or a gentleman who was trying to, he was on this platform to help raise money for his child who needed eye surgery. And they needed about $14,000 to have this surgery for their 5-year-old, who ultimately is going to go blind if he or she doesn't have this surgery. And in a very short time, due to this TikTok app, he was able to raise the money and do some other things as far as getting his wife home and stuff like that so they can partake in this child's healthcare. But that only happened on TikTok.
Because of the app. Well,
Yeah.
I can relate to that. I don't know if you knew, but girl, can you hear them?
Mm-mm.
They are going to work in there.
Oh, are
The
they?
little short one with the squeaky voice, like he is like him and
Are they beefing?
yeah, they're really beefing right now. I'm like, yo, do I need to stop and go break this shit up? Like, well, nah, go ahead. Y'all got it. Handle it. Do as you must. But anyway, so I can relate to that because my oldest son, he had a lazy eyelid,
Mhm.
and he had to have surgery to lift the eyelid because they said what will eventually happen is that his eyesight will deteriorate
Mm.
and he will probably lose sight in that eye because his other eye was more dominant. It had to be more dominant because of that.
Oh,
And
wow.
so I had a similar situation, so I can definitely relate to that.
Yeah.
And private insurance does not really cover, because like it's out of pocket expensive, and expenses is what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
And ultimately, I applied for different programs to kind of help. Um, Eventually, we were able to get the surgery done for him because a lot of people don't even realize. As he's gotten older, it kind of started back, kind of drooping and stuff. So he'll probably definitely have to have the surgery again, which they had already warned us about anyway. That he would probably have to have the surgery, again to fix it. But I don't know if he wants to do it. I don't even think he wants to do it. I think he's just kind of likes the fact that he's walking around here looking like he's winking at the ladies.
That's funny. Well, I mean, I
Thank you for
imagine that
joining.
certain
If you want to hear the whole conversation, you're going and you want to join the conversation,
hey guys, so I am here live. I'm just taking one moment to just say that we are officially live on YouTube. So if you guys want to join the actual conversation, I am not accepting guests on here specifically, but it is on YouTube. Okay, that's where we are accepting guests. But if you look here up top, you'll kind of see our icon. But it is Alice Now Podcast. That's what it is on YouTube. Let me see if I can get you a quick pick of what it might look like. But that's where we will be. Let me see. Nope. Oh, well, that's what it looks like on YouTube. But that's where we are officially live on. Just look for this icon. There you go. If you look for that here, then you'll know that we're live. But that's the only place we'll be accepting guests to have this conversation. We are talking about TikTok and the fact that it is going to go away. And we're happy to invite guests. We want to have those conversations, okay?
Now podcast, okay? Our Now podcast. We are live right now. Join the conversation and see what my co-host is talking about. She's you can't even hear her. All you hear is me, and you don't even know what I'm talking about. So go over there, and so that way you can see us both. YouTube, you can see us both, and you can join the conversation. That's the only place where you're actually going to be able to join our live. We are no longer allowing you to join the live from here, only in preparation because of the issues with TikTok. And that's actually the conversation we're having. So go over there. Okay? All right.
Yes, definitely. You have to, like, please understand, do we want to go this route? No.
No.
Be able to stay on this platform and
I love TikTok.
it's so much fun, right? It's a fun
Yeah.
get the
I'm
support
gonna miss
you want.
it. Yeah.
But we are kind of forced, our hand is being forced. We don't really have a choice. So if you want to join our conversation, you have to follow us on the
Mhm.
Outside Podcast on the Tube of You. And I believe
Okay.
we can send you a link. Maybe we'll DM you the link if you want to join the
Can we
conversation.
send the link? Can you send me the link and then I message and I send out the link, or
Just
is
don't
the
want
link somewhere?
everybody. We don't want everybody joining in one sitting. So maybe we can send. Can we send a private? Because I don't know if we can. Hmm, you know what I'm saying?
I'm so disappointed. Like,
I know.
I'm so disappointed.
This is it's disgusting.
I'm going to so miss you guys. I'm gonna so miss TikTok. Like, I'm gonna miss the community, the fun, and some of these people that we found in the past couple of days. I'm like, I've been so missing out.
Yeah. Hey, Wanda. Thank you so much for joining. We are only accepting
Yeah,
guests on YouTube, so catch us over there.
please.
If you like the topic, we're talking about the loss of TikTok as a creator and what that's going to mean for us and how much we're going to miss it. That's what we're talking about, honestly. So if you want to join the conversation, drop a comment, and then I can send you a private message.
Girl, I'm
Drop
on here liking my own live, trying
and
to get people to come liking the own live.
sometimes
God dang.
it's just
Sometimes you do what you got to do.
hmm
Like, look, YouTube Out Now podcast on the YouTube, right?
yeah.
YouTube?
You to be you.
Tuba you?
You know,
Tuba you. That's where we at. We're
I
gonna
wonder if
follow.
this is me. Hold on,
What do you mean?
because I have. I was. Don't ask. Forget it. I have. We
Oh,
have whoever's listening. Thank you so much who's joined us on YouTube. We really
YouTube.
appreciate it.
Yay. Thank you. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you, Out Now podcast. YouTube. Thank you. We got some people over there. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us here. We are a podcast and we take this serious. So while we do have our podcast episodes here, we're available on Spotify, wherever you listen, but we will be going live on the Tube going forward. We're steering away from TikTok. Oh, well, it is what it is. Life happens. But this is the only place. And if you want to join any conversations we're having, it needs to be on YouTube. If you
Yeah.
comment and say you want to join, I can send you a link. Yeah.
So we are over there on the Tube of You, and we are giving all of our friends and community from TikTok a shout out. This is all about you guys. You don't want to miss it. Go on over there, join the conversation, and tell us what you think. Tell us your opinion on what's going on with this platform, and tell us what other platforms you guys are going to start
Yeah.
using, if any, because we would love to know. Because we would love to know what would be our best avenue. You can definitely find our podcast wherever you get your podcast. Spotify. What's some other ones? I'm so
Apple
sorry.
Podcasts,
Apple Podcasts,
Heart, iHeart. We're there too.
iHeartRadio. So wherever you get your podcast, you can find Out Now podcast. But if you want to go live with us and you want to view our lives, it's still going to be Sundays at 6 o'clock, except it's going to be where the Tube of You.
Yes, and that's where we will be
That's where we're going to be.
accepting. If
Okay,
you want to join the conversation, that is where we will be.
so we'll be.
We would love to
Hello.
have guests here, but the tides have changed, and that's it. And we just have to accept it. Can we sit around and wait for whoever SCOTUS to come to a decision? Sure, we could do that. But are we the type to wait? I think life experience has taught us that we're not waiting till last minute to put things in order so we can continue our craft. Plain and simple.
Right.
Yeah. But I also, so today, one of the first creators, and I wish she was on live right now because I'd be like, hey, come join. But one of the very first creators that I actually watched that really kind of made me look at this app differently outside of just wanting it to be a source of a way for us to promote our podcast, it was Mr. Jones X.
Okay.
And it was more on the political spectrum, full disclosure. But today he was on a live with some of his I don't know if it's peers or some of the other people that he usually interacts with. And he shared a very personal story about the people that he met as he became more popular. I don't know all the details, but the community that he met, stay over there, but I don't want you in this camera. The community that he met through TikTok literally saved his life.
That's what like
through that.
Yeah, because like I'm not gonna lie, there was times, and you know this about me, and I'm gonna share this story. That I was really going through something, with my situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when Gabe, when my kid got in that really bad car accident,
Mm-hmm.
and the level of concern and support that I got from TikTok and you guys, with my family, it was like people that don't know me personally and that don't know my child personally was like, how is your son? What happened? What can we do? Type of thing. And it was really beautiful. It really was. Like, so while my co-host is handling something right now, I'm gonna come back over here and I'm gonna let you guys know that we are discussing TikTok. We're discussing about what changes we're gonna make as a podcast, and the things that we are going to so miss from TikTok and the TikTok community. And I want to give a shout out to everyone who has supported my personal page and supported Ouse Now podcast. If you want to see this live and you want to see me and my co-host and you want to join the conversation, please go right now. We are live on Ouse Now podcast Tuba U. I'm saying it a little differently, but I'm hoping you catching on. Tuba U, Ouse Now podcast. That's where you can go find us both live, and you can review some of our previously recorded episodes. Me and my co-hosts have decided that we're going to do this during the week too. Periodically, we're going to try to do this to try to let everybody know where you can find us. You can also listen to Ouse Now podcast on anywhere where you get your podcast. What is it? iTunes, right?
Apple Podcasts.
Apple Podcasts. So sorry, y'all. Look, hey, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Tuba U. What was the other one?
Music too.
Amazon Music. So wherever you get your podcast, you can definitely tune in and hear us. If you want to join the conversation, though, at 6:00 on Sundays, you're gonna have to find us over there on the Yuba too, and that's where we are right now. So go over there, Ouse Now podcast. Okay, that's it. Please do not forget Ouse Now podcast. Look at all of our other plethora of social media platforms, and you'll be able to find us. Okay, you'll be able to find Ouse Now podcast, and you'll be able to find our personal stuff too. Not too personal, because yeah, that's all I can say about that.
One of the things that you originally shared with me that kind of, like, as I started, because I'm only a year and a half into TikTok, and Lord, it's like it's like you're almost immediately hooked. But one of the things that you shared with me is,
hello, DJ,
like the support that you get here. Well, not here. The support that you get on the top
TikTok
versus get on the other ones. Like you had a lot to say about that. That I was like, yeah, I can't even. And when you told me that initially, I was like, yeah, girl, I see it. But can you talk a little bit to the people who are listening? Like,
Yeah, so if you're listening now, whether you're listening to us on if you're listening to me just on TikTok, or if you are listening to both of us, which I hope is where you're headed, over there on the Tuba U Alice Now podcast. What I discussed is the level of support. It's a totally different community with TikTok than any other platform. A lot of people that's on some of our other social media platforms are people that we actually know, right? And it's crazy to me that we as a podcast, we as personal content creators get more support from people that we don't even know, that have been like, you know what? I'm with it. I support you. And it's a mutual support. And that's what I'm going to miss, I think, most of all about this platform going away, about TikTok going away. I hope that it doesn't, but it's really looking really bleak. It's looking like it's going to be, we're at the end of the road. Okay. And someone was actually posting that earlier. It was funny, but it was not funny because I was like, this really sucks. But they had did a whole follow me to the end of the road. It was
really?
hilarious. I swear to God. I was like, yeah, that's really how I'm feeling. That's exactly how I'm feeling. But I mean, the support and the community that you get at TikTok, you can't find it anywhere else. I'm really hoping that a lot of the community that's here on TikTok really does migrate to our other social media platforms. Out Now podcast. Please go check us out. We're live Sundays at 6 o'clock over there. Um, and just if you just Google Out Now podcast, if you just wherever you get your podcast, put in Out Now podcast and look for this right here, Out Now podcast. Let me move my big head bun out the way.
Yeah, and don't forget, we
Okay,
also have our website.
am
Now,
I
our
there?
website is very rudimentary. It's very, very basic, but everywhere
I
that's available,
forgot. I forgot.
maybe except for you,
Website. Website.
all on our website.
I
So
forgot.
if you want to
Website.
listen to that, that's a great way to find us. Just think Ouse Now Podcast.
Mhm.
OuseNow.com is where you can get some links to where our podcast is available. So don't forget that part. But only on YouTube will we have that unique feature of having this video aspect. So you get to see
Yeah.
us in all our glory, filtered or unfiltered, depending on the day. But that's
I'll
the
keep it to
discussion.
that.
You should just make a call. Not your pretty shirts. Oh no.
It's so cold.
Oh
It's
no.
so cold. Sis, it's so
Please tell me
cold.
it's just water. Please tell me it's just water. It's not gonna stain that pretty color. Oh no. And the cowl neck. I love a cowl neck. Oh damn. I'm so sorry. I hope you got some spot treatment. Please tell me you do.
I am all wet.
You must have been watching Cedric. If you do not know what I'm referring to, sucks for you. Not for us. But
Girl.
just, if you're watching this and you want a little reference point of what she's saying and why we're laughing, and my comments about Mr. Cedric, there is a content creator on TikTok, of course, and he has
Him.
Instagram. That's probably one of the few creators I'll continue to follow or watch on Instagram. His name is Cedric Lorenzen, and he does some amazing cookie videos.
Girl.
Is that like a Batman cup?
Listen, what you're not gonna do is judge that I use my little kid's cup. We're not gonna do that. We're not.
I'm feeling
So
all the judgment.
it's his little game cup, and yeah.
Oh no.
I asked for a cup, and this is what he brought me, and so I couldn't argue. It was a cup. He
So it's better
understood the
than nothing.
assignment. He got me the cup. So I went with it. I just didn't realize it was gonna end up all over my clothes.
Not in that pretty shirt too. Oh Lord, it's such a pretty color red.
It's actually a dress. It's like a little short
Is it
dress.
dress? Oh
It
yeah.
is. And if it wasn't all wet down there, I would stand up and show you the dress.
What color is? What color was the liquid that you were drinking?
It's a light color, so it's
Okay,
gonna be
so
okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna smell
Mhm.
fruity for a little bit.
Some
But
tang,
fruity is okay.
fruity or fruity?
Um, mm, how would Curtis say it? Fruity.
Fruity.
Mm.
Got it.
Oh
is,
shoot,
is it fruity or fruity? Like
fruity,
fruity
girl.
or fruit A with a buzz.
Yeah, he's slapping that door around. I was like, oh my, what am I watching?
You
First
think he's
I was,
watching donuts being done?
I know those are don't. Look, I forgot that I was even watching something about donuts. I was like, F them donuts. Can you slap that door around again?
He
Cause
does have
that's
a
the
new one.
shit.
I
That's
checked.
the.
He got a new video.
He got a new video.
But it's not
Listen,
as obscene, but not.
it's not as thought provoking.
Yes. It's like the videos are obscene but not, but it's very like in your face, but subtle at the same time. But I don't know.
Listen, I maybe it's not him. Maybe it's me. Cause when I saw it, my mind went everywhere other than them damn donuts. I was like,
It's not just you. And
look,
no,
the finger lick for me. The finger lick. And when he stuck his face in the dough,
you know what? I am sad that we only just discovered him
this
10 days in.
10 days in.
Oh, out from the band, not out from the band.
Thank you for joining. Please like and share. Please like and share. We appreciate it. Out Now Podcast. If you want to join the live and join the conversation and actually hear the whole conversation, because right now, all y'all hear is me, and I'm pretty sure y'all are probably confused, like, what the hell is she even talking about? So if you want to hear the whole conversation, so you won't think I'm crazy as hell, go on over there to the tube.
If you want to hear the entire conversation of this podcast episode, which will be posted to YouTube, head on over to YouTube where you will see both hosts of Out Now Podcast. Going forward, you will start to see us on there for our lives. Our podcast is available wherever you listen to podcasts, so YouTube, Spotify, and some of our social media pages is Instagram and Facebook. But to go live, we will be over there, okay? Sorry, I probably should have muted both of us while I talked here.
How many people? How many people have kind of migrated over there? How many people do we have over there?
Into the tube?
Yeah.
Better than nothing.
Yo, always look at the cup half filled, even though it's spilled all over my. It's
all over. That's kind of what I was thinking. Like maybe if with just these 2 weeks, we try to do a few more lives.
Okay.
So
I'm with it. So periodically during the week.
Say that one more time.
So periodically during the week.
Yeah.
So not just right to kind of steer traffic to the other platforms. I'm with it. I don't mind. Hey, thank you for joining the live. If you want to actually join the conversation and listen to the whole conversation and the whole podcast, because this is actually a live podcast. I know it's a little weird. I'm looking over here, right? But I'm looking over here because we are live on Tube of You. We're live over there. Talking in code, y'all. We're live over there. You can find all of our pre-recorded episodes over there, and you can find us live over there. Until TikTok actually goes away, we're going to continue to do these type lives to kind of steer everybody um, in our other directions that we're probably going to have to utilize. Okay, so I know we've talked about Twitch. We've talked about what else was it? Um, F
Uh,
base,
fan base. Yep.
right? F base.
Oh,
Um,
yes.
yes,
I
F
keep forgetting.
base, F
Yeah.
base,
You're right.
because
You're
FB is already taken.
right.
You can find us there too. You can listen to our podcast wherever you get your podcast. And as far as our personal um pages and our personal followers, you're gonna have to find us on F base, uh
Yeah.
Insta, FB, that kind of thing. Okay, we're really gonna miss the community here on TikTok. I can't thank y'all enough. Y'all are the dopest. I promise. Like, it's so many stories about people, even people that have been, I don't think we can say it, even people that was thinking about what, unaliving themselves. I've heard stories about people that was seriously considering unaliving themselves,
Yeah. Yeah.
but found found community in right here on TikTok. So I'm going to miss a lot of the content creators that I have found on this platform, that we Else Now podcast have found on this platform, that have supported our individual pages and supported Else Now podcast. Like, we cannot thank y'all enough, and please do not stop supporting us. You're just gonna have to find us somewhere else, okay? Else Now podcast. We're live right now over there on TubaU, and you can find us on all of the other social media platforms. Okay, so
And don't
you
forget,
know,
like, I think one of the biggest things that I found that really stuck out to me when it came to TikTok versus any other social media platform, as opposed to like the news cycle. Now, is it always right? No.
right,
A lot of times people get it wrong, but there are times when they are correct. And the news cycle moves through TikTok a lot faster than it does
fast,
versus
yes,
the average.
it
Like, let's
does,
be real.
it
You'll find
does.
stuff on TikTok faster than like some major news broadcast channels, and you're like, well, why is this possible? Is it always correct? No, you got to.
No, not always. And you know, another thing that I thought about too was, do you remember when we did the podcast on? Oh my goodness,
Oh yeah,
I cannot think of her name.
Carly Russell.
Was that her name?
I think
Which
so.
one are you talking about? Which one are you
Wait,
talking about?
oh
Are
well,
you
there was a couple of ones where I was like, oh, the
no, no,
very.
no. The very first one where
Mhm.
I was like, sis, what you're hearing on the news is not what happened. They have the whole video
Yeah,
on TikTok. And she was like, no, Janine, what I see on the news. And I'm like, they don't know the fuck they're talking about. You need to look at this goddamn video, because
it's
what
true.
they're saying on the news is not correct. And remember, that's
Very
when you
true.
really started getting into
That
TikTok,
was the beginning
right?
stages.
Because you was like, right, that was the beginning stages, right? I was like, no, girl. I was like, that is not how it went down. F what they saying on
Yeah,
the news.
I
Go look at the whole damn the whole video of what actually happened, and you'll know that what they're saying happened on the news is not correct. It's inaccurate.
you're
And
right.
it was social media and that video that actually let people know that, hey, why in the hell is you talking about arresting this woman?
Yeah,
Why are you arresting this woman?
and that was
It's,
one of the very first episodes of season 2. So yeah,
yes,
it was like,
yes,
oh, wait a minute.
yes.
Yeah,
That's not what happened. That's
yeah, and
not
that's
even what happened.
where they got it right. Like they got it more correct than it was ABC Chicago. Excuse
Okay.
me. They had it, and they had it faster than it was
Yeah,
all over TikTok. So like things like that, it goes
yeah.
viral very, very quickly. Now, sometimes it goes viral too quickly, right? Because then shit be wrong. And then you're
Like
like,
what, like when
oh,
we did the episode, like, but you know what? You were the smart one. You were the smart one, because when I initially saw that was the Carly Russell one, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right. When I initially saw that, and everybody was all on social media, they was like, let's find her. Let's find her. I was like, girl, we need to do an episode on her because it's all on social media. This 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 young lady is missing,
Yeah.
right? And I just knew she was missing for real because when they said the food that they found in her car,
Zoe's. What was that? Well,
I was like, ain't no way in fucking hell. Someone would have to kidnap me for me to leave that shit.
Like, the thing is,
she didn't be brought up on charges just for that alone. Did you really go get that food
in the car?
Did you leave the damn food in the car?
Well, I mean, really? If your behind was gonna be holed up in a hotel room somewhere, you might need that food. I mean, not the Zoe's. Let it be freaking McDonald's or something.
Like, did you leave the good food in the car? Talk about you kidnapped.
Zoe's. It was something else. It was something really good.
It was something really good. I can't remember what it was that she left in that car, but I remember being, oh yeah, somebody took her. Because if I left that food in my car, oh yeah, somebody got her ass.
The beautiful thing,
I'm not gonna leave the food.
Despite the fact that it was a complete lie. Let's put that aside for a second.
Right.
It did something really big.
It
highlighted the fact that the news cycle doesn't promote missing Black women as fast or as long as they would other communities. So even though that was kind of a stain on the situation, it really did highlight something really bigger. But since that point, don't you still continue to share it if you see it?
I still share it.
Even if
I still share it, and I still share it because I'm not going to allow one person to put the life or put somebody else's life in jeopardy. Yeah. Just because that person cried wolf and got so much attention behind it, listen, it might be a real situation, and I think that's the part. And we talked about that on the podcast, right? That was the part that pissed me off more than anything. Girl, I went back to try to find that cup. It's gone. I want you to know.
Get it online.
Gone.
Get it online. You can order it for delivery.
No, it's not that deep.
Wait, that color or all?
No, I couldn't find that color. I couldn't find any of them. Gone.
Girl, because it went on sale. I told you. I went from one store, and then by the time I got to the other place, it was like $20. So it was $5 left.
Devastated. Gone.
Devastated. I do want to clarify on one thing I said, and because I was trying to put my words together, and I don't want to say we take it, even not to say even if we think it's incorrect, we still share it no matter what, and whatever comes out from it, it comes out. Do you know what I'm saying? So I just want to kind of clarify on that. But we are taking live guests on YouTube. We will not be doing any live requests on here. If you want to go live with us and join in the conversation, you have to join us on YouTube specifically. Comment and we can DM you a link. But we will not be going live. Okay, I unmuted myself. You can unmute when you're ready. But it was a big thing. But I think the fact that it highlighted the need for, and not just from within our community, it was the entire TikTok community that really said, okay, we're going to share it. But now, since that story, do we see less from the other side of sharing these stories? Yep. But I still continue to share it because I feel like, hey, I would rather share it and hopefully gain some attention to
be wrong. Right.
Wrong, and then
right.
With as simple as a share to our followers. Like, it's just that simple.
I agree.
But it is what it is. Let's see, what time is it? Okay, so it's 7:30.
It is.
Maybe about another 10 minutes or so.
Maybe another 10 minutes because I only have probably about on this particular I only have like 10%. I'll probably have to find a charger somewhere in here, but I'm being kind of
Okay. No, no,
lazy.
no. I mean, we got to get the kids ready for school and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
that's
they're going. Yeah, they gotta get ready for school tomorrow and stuff.
hashtag mom life.
And
Those are
I
those.
I I love it
Yep.
most of the time.
Mhm. It's not easy, but
Girl.
it's not easy. But you love them anyway.
With everything, they're everything I got. Um, so anybody that is joining the live, please don't forget you can find Else Now podcast on a lot of our other platforms. You can listen to Else Now podcast wherever you get your podcast. If you want a visual and you want to actually get to see me and my lovely co-host, you're gonna have to find us on the Tuba U, and where you actually have a visual and you'll get to see us. Um, and we still will be going live. We just won't be able to use live here on this platform much longer. So we're going to actually start going live on the Tuba View Ouse Now podcast. And if you follow Ouse Now podcast and any of our personal pages, sis,
Yeah. So on a personal level, catch me on the F base. I think is where I'm gonna do a lot more personal stuff.
so
And then
personal stuff, F base.
others project and
Yeah.
yeah, we got a lot of work to tackle
Yeah. Yeah.
on a few levels, but the priority is this podcast here and whatever, and the boys project, if you know what I mean. But you know what I'm saying? Like,
So have any of your videos went over yet? Have you seen any of your stuff over there yet?
I checked before we went here and I didn't see it. I've been
No?
posting separate things, and if it doesn't
Okay.
it doesn't migrate. Like I can't imagine. It's like you said, there's probably a lot of people doing something similar. So maybe it's going to take a little bit more time than we think. It said 24. It said 24 hours. I don't know. And
Has it
then
been
when
24 hours?
I looked at it one more time, and right by the migration page, it said 1,000 videos, not 2,000. So I see some conflicting information. Like one area said 2, one said 1,000. Do you think you have about 1,000 videos? Girl, I know.
I don't know.
Mm-mm.
I've been at it for some time. I don't know.
I was like, you might be close to that mark. But just I'll check when we're done with the live, and I'll let you know if there's an update there.
Okay.
But hey, if we got to start over, it wouldn't be the first time we've had to start over, and maybe that's the point. Maybe we need to start over to generate more of the traction that we're looking for.
Right.
On a positive note, maybe that's.
Yeah.
Hey, do you remember when we did that
Yeah.
episode? And I was like, sometimes your start over is like your. I forget how it was, but it was like sometimes that start over is your biggest effing comeback. Something like that.
Yeah. You even shared that with me when I was having a couple of my moments.
Oh, have I?
Yeah, you have, like, starting over sometimes. Thank you for joining the lives. Thank you, because I've started over a whole lot, right? Like, God, hey.
That's a life thing right there.
Again, periodically until TikTok is completely gone, we will be going live here to try to get people to migrate over there to where you can find us on our other platforms, okay? We're not letting anybody join in. Usually, we let people join in the conversation and we chit chat, chop it up, laugh, and all that kind of good stuff. And we've really had some fun experiences with that. And unfortunately, we won't be doing it here, but we will be continuing to do so on. Is it?
Oh, that's why I was like,
girl, that's like when I got that message. And we were talking before, and I was like, "Woo, woo!" I got bothered.
Well, my shit's for different reasons.
Stretch.
At least yours was fun.
Stretch. Yes. Not,
Dude.
not I want to see you. I want to. Damn.
No.
Ooh, that's one of the nicest things somebody has said to me in a while.
It's a very nice thing to say.
Thanks.
It's
When
so
we want to do this, and then my ass gonna get tired as hell and wind up not even going. I'm so look. I said, like, damn, I'm so disgusted with myself.
I have a question. Have you ever joined like a lot of YouTube lives? Can people tap like they do on the other platforms?
I don't know.
Oh my
I don't
god.
know. Why?
I'm just curious.
No, I don't know.
But I
Thank you
was
for
curious.
joining. Thank you for joining. Please like. I know you're probably confused right now. You're like, oh, she's not even talking to us specifically, and I'm not. And the reason why I'm not is because if you want to hear the whole conversation,
Girl, I
did you
had to
see that shit almost?
I was ending this one because I'm like, it's
Did you see that shit almost fall in my face? I hope you didn't catch that. That should
no.
be on your
'Cause I
bloopers.
was trying to end this one because that last message that I sent, it's become
Maybe it'll be in your maybe it'll be in your bloopers, and you can like find somewhere to put that in where
it'll
I
be
won't have
here.
that shit on there.
I'm sure it'll be here. All right, so I did end the stream on
YouTube.
the TikTok. Yes, girl, I can't even. I'm sorry. But I kind of have to run. So do you mind if we kind of wrap this up a little bit earlier?
Nope. 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 I'm good.
Okay.
I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it.
All right. Thank you everyone who's joining. Look for us here, so make sure you're following us, and we'll catch you next time.
Feedback. All right.
Yes, feedback.